no shovel, handle dirt with choppers. You get your issues, try killing me. Eliminate all contenders, talk about ending me. Got Glocks and Drakes, some bullets sped out 'em. Yeah, the mortician can't get the lead.
All right, guys, we are back in the den today, and we have special guest, Boudreaux's Backyard, and of course our co-host.
What's happening?
And Duncan.
What's going on?
And content creator, right?
Yes, sir.
Cooking videos.
Brand. I like to say brand first, but yeah.
So you want to kind of give the audience just a little deep dive into kind of what it is that you do?
Absolutely, yeah. So Boudreaux, Justin Boudreaux. I started Boudreaux's Backyard. So what I do is post a whole lot of free content, cooking videos. It's got a wide range of stuff, you know. Obviously, I'm rooted in Cajun and Creole cuisine, so I do touch on a lot of that. But I do teach. I try to show how you could do kind of more gourmet stuff at home. That was kind of always been my niche, a little bit something elevated that, you know, you might be kind of intimidated. You maybe had something in a restaurant, maybe you're too intimidated to do it at home. But I want to show you, you know, how to break these different processes down and kind of be able to execute that, impress some family, impress some friends, and then, you know, with that, I started a line of some premium seasonings, and that's kind of the beginning of the line. But the future of it is to build on some gourmet type, premium type components that's readily available to help you achieve these. So
I'm surprised you never seen us do.
Well, no, I have. So I was telling him, I've come across a couple of stuff. I didn't realize when you said who he was.
Yeah.
I went back, I was like, it's funny because, like, look, when I watch videos, I just scrolling through TikTok, okay, and stuff like that. So when I come across somebody, then when I don't listen to like the whole name or the thing. I'm watching, but I'm like, man, I've seen your videos, I've seen you cook several times, but I didn't realize that's who we had coming on. I'm like, oh man, that's cool.
yeah, so you don't always put a name to it, right? Especially as guys, right? We just kind of
I'm just like watching what's going on in the video, and I'm like, man.
Because look, I'll send my wife videos of stuff that I like baking and stuff like that, and she'll be like, oh, that's such and such, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that's what.
Like, you send me the video. I'm like, I don't.
that's
I
me.
don't know the name.
I'm guilty of it.
So, have you ever been to Nobu?
Nobu in
New Orleans?
No.
Okay, so they got
I'm thinking in New York, right? Because that's where it started. At.
Okay,
I forgot they put the one down here, but yeah, all right.
So they have one in New Orleans now, and me and my fiance went eat over there, and I called Austin and I was like, dude, this crab dish that they had was fire. And I was just explaining to him. And so he went back and he ate the same thing too. Well, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make this at home, kind of like how you were saying. And so I called Austin and I was like, what you think it is or whatever? And Austin was breaking down the ingredients. Like, he knew what was in the dish before. So I was like, all right. I didn't know what the sauce was. It was like a white vinegar. Okay. But it was like, what it was? It was a rice vinegar. And so, I don't know. I think it's cool whenever you're able to,
you pick those things up.
you pick those things up and then you're able to elevate your dish however you might feel free, you know, whatever creativity you have to add to that dish.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen too many of your videos, so I need to go and watch some because I like to cook and I like to throw some twists on things.
Yeah, that's good. So like I said, that's kind of the main thing I wanted to do was you know, I got a background and, you know, I went to culinary school years ago, and so I always kind of cooked at a different kind of level. You know, I've been cooking Cajun and Creole food since, you know, I was 16, 17 years old. You know, we from the river parishes, whole family cooks, right? Like, nobody in the family is a bad cook, right? So I started picking up the gumbos, the jambalaya, the etouffees, or, you know, whatever, stews, and just the hometown meals. And
where did you go to culinary school at?
So it's Culinary Institute of New Orleans.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
I don't think they exist no more. I'm not sure.
Was it like?
I tried to look them up. It was on St. Charles Street. It was in a big.
Yeah, but they were big at one time.
Yeah. Was it not like a big, huge building? It was like they were in a big building, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my cousin Bo went to that same one.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Do they have one in Baton Rouge as well?
Baton Rouge, it's a different name. They do have one, so it's something else though. It wasn't affiliated. It was a different.
It was a different.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. So, how can you tell us like how your journey started with that social media side of things, and how you got into that? Like, what made you want to even start doing that and posting videos of it?
Yeah. So So the social media gig, so the whole, you know, I had like this entrepreneur spirit my whole life, like trying to look at what I could do, like to, you know, just advance myself, you know, really make some money. So one of the things I always thought was making this food line, right? I've been having this idea in my head probably since 2006, 2007, and it just you let life get ahead of you. And really back then, man, it wasn't as easy as what it is nowadays to start a business, right? Like the resource, like, and it's better than it was even before that, like the 2000s. But like, you know, you could Google anything now. Like you have the information to be able to do anything. So, long story short, when I'm thinking about, you know, launching this brand, and you know, I went through a point where I was fighting a bunch of different ideas of the best way I could, you know, become self-made, stop, you know, working and stuff like that, and then, you know, kind of landed on the food line I had been thinking about. And so you know, what I thought to get to that point was like, well, I don't want to go start peddling this stuff without being known, really. So I know how to cook. I'm gonna really started out with, I'm gonna tell you how detached I was, because I had deleted all social media for a few years before that. I was like, man, this is bringing me the wrong way. I don't need this. So I literally started as a blog. Now this is 21, 22, like way past blog era, like taking some pictures, posting them. I'm like, this ain't kind of, you know, working. And I, you know, posted a few videos of just.
What blog you was on?
It was my own. Like I made the website and was going to try to, and quickly realized like that wasn't the avenue. So jumped on the social media, and, you know, I was never a person to like want to put myself out there, getting talk in front of crowds and kind of being out there. And so I just started off with the, you know, you just see the food, like kind of music and showing it.
Oh, so you weren't even in the video?
Not even in it, man. If I show you some of the first few videos, they were like horrible. And I'm like showing guys at work, and they're like, eh. And then one day I was just like, man, I jumped in it and broke it down. And it was crap, but still it was tenfold like what I had been doing. And I remember the feedback was like, they're like, man, that's way better. Like I'll watch that, you know, 10 times over before I watch this other, you know, crap you're doing. So I'm like, all right, well, guess that's where we're at.
That's funny. That reminds me of I had to do like a cooking video in college for one of the classes, and I literally did the same thing where it was just like showing step by step. And I think it's still on YouTube actually if you go search it up. But it's like literally like the worst video I ever made in my entire life.
It's just like you chopping onions.
Yeah, it's just
but you didn't do any effects.
No, just chopping the onions, and it's like step 2.
Put like a little banner that says what you're doing on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first projects we had to do. I think that was actually one of the things that actually kind of got me into video editing though, because I was like, actually I was like, I don't mind this. Like I was like, kind of had fun doing it, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, that's when I thought I needed all the fancy equipment. I had the tripods with the hanging rig with the cameras, and I think I did it. What was one of those dishes, man? I did like a A5 Wagyu ribeye, like seared, but then I did like sous vide duck eggs with like a hollandaise or like some roasted. Like it was like I was like, I'm going all the way in.
What's up? I mean, me and Austin, I mean, we like to eat. Like, so
hey, look. So hey, that's something we're gonna have to do one day.
Oh, dude, we got to pick. He's gonna have to come and be whenever we do.
So we're gonna we got some cool ideas.
We got some things coming up where we're about to do like some like little mini competitions.
All right.
And we're gonna start. So just to give even the audience a little idea, we starting a vlog series with the Wolf Den. And we're gonna be doing. We already kind of started it. Me and Austin's in the middle of a competition. We doing a very shitty job of that competition. At least I know I am. At least.
We. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, what's this we?
So Nick is not doing as well in the weight loss competition as I am.
Yeah.
He says we, but I've been doing a little bit better. But that's a whole story in itself. But look,
we still got like a month and a half. So
we we've been kind of doing these. We want to do like a food competition because a little known fact, and this would be kind of a cool thing we can get with you later and kind of maybe make some content. But Nick is a self-claimed to be head chef.
Okay.
But the funny part is I've never seen Nick cook anything. I've been knowing Nick for like 3 years, and I've never seen him cook. I've never seen anything he cooked.
My chef career was like from like 17 to like 22. I became a head chef at 2 like fine dining restaurants.
Really?
Yeah, and then I figured I was like, all right, I mastered it. I realized there was no money in it, and I got the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
It was simple as that.
Yeah, so look, cooking's always been my backbone, but like a lot of people get on, they're like, you should start a restaurant. Like, one, I already had that, so I know how rough that is. But like, if you've worked in the business, like, you know how demanding and tough that is. So like, if you want to be successful, you're out when everybody else is off. Like, your work happens at night and weekends.
Well, even
and
when
that's just.
But you know what I think the
is.
problem is too around these areas. It's tough. The restaurant business is tough because listen, if you're not in that no crowd, or if you're not in that, I don't know how to put it. Like you almost set yourself up for failure to begin.
Right.
Like you got to be in a bigger city to where there's enough crowd to where. Because look, this is what happens down here, and this is why most of the restaurants fail down here, especially where we at. Look, the first few weeks. Traffic is like through it. Then guess what? People quit supporting it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man.
So we could talk about the whole thing about small town and restaurants and all of that, right? Like we'll definitely get to that, but it's rough. So it's already one of the hardest businesses to succeed to start off with.
Absolutely.
You drop that in a small town, sometimes it could be a.
Well, like you were saying though, like how you're saying whenever everybody's out, so like I wasn't even the owner of these restaurants. I was just the head chef. I was having to go in and do inventory on the produce, on what meats we had, and rotating the food from the back to the front, making sure all the dates are properly. And dude, you can't do this during regular hours because during regular hours, where the next plate is, where there's the chicken on the flip, or you know what I mean? 86 this, 86 that, you know. So I mean, it's a hard. I don't like the.
Did you have the little fancy hat too? Did you wear a little hat?
No, I never wore the hat.
You didn't wear the hat?
I didn't have hantavirus ratatouille picture.
So we had the puffy floppy hats in culinary school.
Yeah, that's the ones you wear to go to the side.
It wasn't the ones that stuck straight up.
They go to the side.
Yeah.
You want to know a little fun fact about that chef hat is chef hat's got 101 folds in it, like the tall kind.
I didn't know that.
And that's representative of every way you could cook an egg.
What?
Really?
I did not know that. That's wild.
You can cook an egg 101 different
For
ways.
like the French technique, yeah.
That's wild. See, I didn't know that.
I never looked them all up, but
I mean, all I can think of is like.
Now, hey, speaking of eggs, well, I was about to say. So look, I've kind of got this down now. I did it because my wife likes she likes that sourdough bread. She'll do like the avocado thing for breakfast, and she likes the poached egg on top. So I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that, bro. I nailed it. Like, hey, it's a little tough to get started. Cause like without it breaking apart, but I figured
I just toss it in the
but it ain't just about tossing it in the water. Look, you got to bring the water up.
Yeah.
You can't let it boil.
you want to simmer.
Yeah, you want it simmering. Then you lower the heat a little bit. The key is you toss a little bit of vinegar in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of vinegar. Swirl it around, and you gotta get it swirled around. And you crack the egg, and you let it. Hey, you cover it. Let it sit for a minute, and then it's perfect. Dude, I'm telling you, it's perfect.
You watching videos, so that's some real technique onto that, right? Most people don't.
No,
don't
like that's
realize
real.
those
Like
little
listen,
Also, break it down.
listen.
Break it down.
I can throw down.
No, I'm just saying, like that's a different level.
No,
of
it really
regular,
isn't. But see,
cooks would
that's
be
what
looking at.
when I see people making videos like that, like that's the part I like. Cause look, like I said, I'm kind of what you would say. Somebody would say like a dump cook. Like I don't go by recipe. I don't look. I cook by what I look. I'm just putting shit in the pot, and I gotta go by taste. So I like watching like you said your videos, and I'll see different techniques. I'll pick up the techniques of people, and I'll say, okay, well that's how I can better this. You know,
Yeah,
so that's
definitely. So that's how I get a lot of inspiration. So one of the hardest things when I started doing this was actually putting out the recipes. I'm like you, I cook it and like. So even now, I've got to go back and watch the videos to write down the recipes because I'm kind of calling it out and doing it.
Part.
I'm trying to post the recipes, and I got some exposure to it from running the restaurant and stuff like that. So I kind of know how to write them and format them. But like typically when I cook, I just cook. And then like timing is another big one. Like somebody could ask, well, how long to cook the perfect steak? Like, I don't know. How hot you grill? What temperature's the meat? Like how you cook? Like there's so many variables. You cook it till it's done. You know. How long to cook that gumbo till it's thick and you like it and it's the consistency you want.
But look, I got buddies who call me and be like, hey. When you cook that pasta lie that time, how much chicken? I'm like, bro, like even how much? I'm like, look, dude, like I put a can of this, a can of that, a bowl of this meat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I don't like 2 pounds, 3 pounds. I mean, I don't like. There's no recipe.
Duncan called me the other day. He was like, Hey, was that order on the Burger King menu number 9? Because I don't know, I'm trying to include you in the conversation and you don't ever cook. I'm assuming you just only eat out or you only eat sushi. That dude's a sushi eating fool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll put down some sushi, man.
Hey.
See, I even went down that route one time. You want to talk about that? Hey, that takes some skill. Trying to do all the get the sushi rice ready and trying to do. We rolled. Look, that's fun and all, but it's so much easier going to a restaurant and order sushi. Me and my wife and the kids, I said, look, we'll do sushi one night. Had all the stuff made, bro. That's a mess. And it takes. Look, by the time you finish making all the sushi, you're tired. You don't even want to eat no more.
Did you ever try anything like that, like going in and doing like a private chef scenario, like for people, or no? That was never something that you dipped your hands into.
So again, I'm like, and this is back to the business model, right? Like directly cooking for people. It's not something you could scale. It's not something you're really ever going to make. I guess what I'm looking for after.
Yeah,
right.
I get offers all the time, but even now at this point, like, you know, I got some, man, come cook for us. Like, we'll pay you. And I'm like, bro, really? Because I make these videos, right? I'm not in the culinary world anymore. Like, what you would have to pay me for me to be willing to do that, like, I know you could get a much better experience with somebody that does this professionally. So, like, one, like, I don't want to mess nobody over if I can't give you that value, but it's also got to be worth my value as well, right?
Correct, because there's a lot involved.
Yeah. And, like, once you go down that, you know, and look, I do charity stuff. I've done some live events and stuff like that, but, like, just to get into that side of business is, you know, it's not something I really want to pursue.
Did you let out any actual, like, cookbooks or anything yet, or?
Not yet. I got a meeting this evening. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on my first one. So
nice.
I've been talking with a group that's gonna help me out with it. So a lot of things been holding me back from like an actual cookbook, even though it's requested a lot. My thought is, in anything I ever put out, right, I want it to be top notch. I want it to be perfect because like I'm coming out and charging a premium price,
Correct.
right, and I want to make sure I give that value. I'm not trying to bootleg anything. Like I could dump stuff off my website right now. I got probably 400 recipes, right? But like that's kind of cheesy to me. And especially when you write something down, like that recipe's got to be on point, right? Like you got to nail it. You're giving this to families and people, and they're gonna depend on that being precise for them to go ahead and be able to execute that. So I want like when I do it, like it's gonna be the best it's gonna be. And then kind of the ideas I've had for the cookbooks would just naturally take a long time to get to. So like one of the concepts I've had in my head was I wanted to write a cookbook. It was gonna be eating the seasons of Louisiana, but not the typical spring, fall, winter, right? It's gonna be hunting season. It's gonna be crawfish season. It's gonna be crabbing season, strawberry season when the festival comes
I never
around,
thought of it that
right?
way, but
Like,
that's
I'm
crazy. That's a good,
So don't go steal this.
No,
like,
no.
But, yeah,
No.
that's kind of like the concept. Well, naturally, for me to do that, that's going to take a year in process. And, you know, like I always envisioned it, like you ever saw the John Falls, the big, thick, well-documented, well-pictured story. So that's always kind of the things I wanted to kind of incorporate. So that's what's held me back, right? Because, look, I mean, I work full-time right now. I got the side thing, got kids. So, like, to take a year and go do that, it's been kind of one of the challenges. But we're gonna pull it back, right? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do a basic Cajun and Creole starter, a lot of stories, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of keep it like that. See how this book goes, and you know, we're even talking about multiple at this point. So,
do any of your I don't know the age of your kids, but do any of your kids show interest into?
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, my little girl loves it. And they both like being in videos, right? Because I think my little boy, he's like, I want to be a YouTuber. So just me putting him in the videos, he gets excited.
That's
my girl
funny.
gets excited about cooking and being in the video. So, and I have some videos up with both of them in it, right?
That's cool because look, I got 3 kids and they all starting to get to that point where like when I'm cooking at the stove, they got this little step they'll come pushing by me and they want to learn. And look, that was my biggest thing. Like when I was little, I was always right by my mom or dad, seeing what they were doing cooking. I always drove an interest in that. See, my brother and sister didn't, and they kind of, I mean, they cook a little bit, but not not talk about like anything. Like they can probably, you know, they won't starve, but they're not making no meals like we cooking.
Yeah.
So my little girl, like, look, they'll want to start. They want me to show them how to cut something or do something. So that I think that's pretty cool.
So then they like that. They still picky because they're kids. So like some of the stuff, but man, they such good troopers because they'll get on there and smile and thumbs up.
Play the
And
part.
they get up there and they're like,
awesome.
yeah, I don't really like that. Like, you're like, come on, man.
And then you put it in their mouth and it's like, yeah, good.
Yeah, play it for the camera. Oh, look, two of mine, they're nothing but chicken nuggets and French fries. My oldest, look, like that's the one when you laugh like Nobu. Like her favorite place is Nobu and like those types. So she's got like she likes the sushi, the different things. She'll try different things. The other two, chicken nuggets and mac and cheese.
Yeah, my boy is chicken nuggets, mac and cheese. Unless you have lobster and steak.
Yeah, like something.
Like
yeah,
that.
like
The girl is pretty open. She likes to try stuff. She'll eat. Nah, she got some things she will and won't, but she's more open to try and experiment and go through it. So.
That's awesome.
I'll try anything unless it has vegetables in it.
Wow, that weight loss challenge.
I was about to say, see, you heard it first, guys. You heard it first. That look.
I'll try anything unless it has
I told you, bro.
got corn in
Vegetables,
it.
bro.
Corn, I love some corn.
Corn, the most unhealthy vegetable there is.
A barely vegetable, huh?
It's
Yeah.
barely a vegetable.
Yeah,
Hey man, that's what it is.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm
I'm here
very
for a good
outgoing
time.
with eating, right?
All right, so I got a question.
All right.
There's one of them questions because we always discuss it at the shop, and I got a few guys that swear that this is. So when you make a gumbo,
Okay.
what's the beginning process of your gumbo? Like as far as the base,
So after-
roux or no roux?
Oh, what you talking about, roux or no?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, I just needed that reaction because that was my reaction.
Even
No,
That ain't
no,
even a
that's the
question,
thing.
man.
Like, believe it or not, there's
Who
some.
says
so
that?
I
Who
know
says
when you
no
get-
roux? Who says no roux?
So when you get further down the bayou, there's a group of people that
That's
make
where it come
this-
from.
That make this onion-based
Oh,
gumbo.
there it is. That's it.
What you mean,
No, that's a real
onion-based?
thing.
Like they use a lot of onions and cook that down to get the
water.
gravy thick. And
What
I
water.
call it-
I call that sticky chicken.
I call that a soup.
I cook onions down and then put chicken in and then season it with your
No,
garlic
but that's how
powder,
they.
your
So
Tonys
that
or
was the
whatever.
argument we would always joke about because I call it onion water.
I've heard of that.
how much
right? So,
onion? Like how many onions? Like
Like
what?
a lot.
I mean, I don't cook like that.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
I use a
You trying to
roux,
get in the
but
ring, what you
I've
want to
heard of it, right? Like I've had this discussion of people.
I just couldn't be.
I got a guy I work with, like his family is from down there, and I think the Mosquito Supper Club. That lady, I forget her name. She's got the restaurant in New Orleans, top selling book, right? But that's kind of where am I thinking about? Not Galliana, closer this way.
Chauvin?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
down Chauvin, Dulac.
Yeah.
But no, that's a real thing. Like that's crazy, and exactly that's how they do
It
it.
just
Like,
sounds like a Cajun chicken soup.
well, no,
I don't even know what that would taste. I don't even understand what it would taste like because I know what chicken and
Well,
onions
no,
taste
so
like.
this is their-
So what does a gumbo and onions taste like?
Well,
Like,
no, you put onions in gumbo, bro. But
Yeah,
But
but
not
you don't
without a
cook
roux.
them down like that.
I know, but listen. So this is how the whole debate was. Okay, so they say they cook up. They take, like you said, a bunch of onions and basically burn the fuck out of them is what I call it. But that's not what they do. They just burn them. Okay, I say darken them, and they get real dark, and then they add the water in, and I guess it kind of just keeps darkening. That gets your dark color. Okay, but to me, and this was the argument. I said, well, I mean, damn, I've always had a gumbo with a roux, and I didn't think you made a gumbo without a roux. But they argued, well, that's not a gumbo, it's a stew. But then my argument was, okay, so if you're just doing onions and water, that's a French onion soup, my guy.
And look,
What are we talking
You'll
about?
have so many different versions of this because, like, depending who you ask, if it doesn't have okra, it's not a gumbo. And this goes into the whole because the translation
Yeah.
of gumbo refers back to okra, like
That's
the
true.
translation of it, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people will argue if it doesn't have okra in it. Now, I've made smothered okra, and people have commented and said, well, that's gumbo. And I'm like, well, ain't nobody in South Louisiana, if you order gumbo, go get smothered okra and say, yeah, that's gumbo.
My
Well,
mom-
look, they even
my
got
mom
people
loves
up-
that smothered okra in the gumbo, and I don't like.
Well, now
I don't
look,
mess
there's
with the
different
smell.
ways. So, like, I'll do 3 variations of gumbo. I'll do a shrimp okra gumbo. So I can do a shrimp okra gumbo. I'll do a chicken and sausage gumbo, and then I'll do just a regular seafood gumbo.
So that's, yeah. You hit it. Like I'm growing up, like my mom did shrimp and okra, seafood,
And look,
chicken on do it, right?
yeah, that's right. And well, look, we even do. My grandma used to do this too. Like, so with the okra, she'll even do like not so much a gumbo, but she'll just smother a lot of okra down and just add the shrimp to it, make it thick, and we'd eat that over rice. And that was like kind
Well, I
of
call that smothered okra, right? And I wouldn't call that necessarily.
correct. No, that's not a
Yeah.
gumbo. That'd be just smothered okra, but she would add the shrimp and
And
yeah.
then let me throw this one at you. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but down in St. James Parish in the river parishes, we do red bean gumbo.
See, I've heard of that, but I've
And
never.
let me tell you,
I've heard of
I
it.
guarantee you will not be mad when you eat this. We could argue whether that's gumbo and like that's
So like, is it
irrelevant
like
to
a
me.
red bean? Like it's like almost like you'd be smothering down red beans.
Am I
to make
tasting the red beans in it? And am I eating beans?
With the way I cook mine,
kind of question?
like you might see the skin. Some people completely blend the mixture up, so you wouldn't even know it. Right? It's got a little reddish haze to it.
Yeah.
Big difference in mine is I'm using ham. I'm using plenty smoked meats. Right? I don't put chicken, but people do put chicken. But it's roux, plenty smoked meats.
Oh, so you're still doing the
Put
brew
ground
base?
beef. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to try that. Cause see, when I do my red beans, also, I'll take like obviously, if you cooking the beans, now I like to soak the beans first because it makes them tender to begin with. But to do that, then I'll take after they've been cooking a while, I'll take a pot of them out the normal thing, a little bowl or something, and I'll smush all
Mash
those
them
up. Paste it back in. That way, it kind of thickens everything back up.
Mash them in some bacon grease next time.
Ooh.
Cream them in some bacon grease.
Well, look at that. Well, I got them. Hey, got
Well,
them tricks.
When I started doing, actually, I learned that a lot of people, we don't really eat bacon anymore just because one the weight loss challenge, and then another one I just realized how unhealthy it was.
You just realized how
What we started doing is we started taking bacon and putting it in the oven instead, and then letting all that oil and fat
Put it
come
on
out.
a rack. They make those racks. No, that's pretty cool.
Then we just dump the oil into
And
a
you
thing,
save
and
that
then,
for your beans.
well, not for the beans. Well, not for the beans, but we use that like, or if I got
Well, we know you
trim
ain't
off
putting it on his
fat,
vegetables.
Like I make my own beef tallow.
Yeah.
So like I like making my own beef tallow for my stews and stuff.
Out of bacon?
No, not out of bacon, but like out
Okay,
of
I was about to say,
just
that
different
would be
fats and stuff
pork
that we
tallow.
get, that we chop it up. I try to go to like Rouse's and I'll try to get like 5 pounds of just fat, but then half the time they're like, oh, dude, I just threw it away 10 minutes ago. And I'm like, man, there's too many times that y'all just threw away 10 minutes ago. Y'all either fucking keep it in for yourselves so
Yeah.
y'all can make the beef tallow, or
That's
y'all
probably
really,
what they doing.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, dude, I just want to buy 5 pounds. And it's cheap too. You can get it for like
Yeah.
$2.50 for like 5
So I
pounds.
save a lot of scraps, right? Because I'm always cutting up a lot of big pieces of meat, not even just for the channel, just in in general,
Yeah,
right?
just to-
brisket trim and all that. But I've made tallow, but that's just so much work for a little bit payoff. But I've been giving it to a
You know-
partner, like they've been making a deer sausage with it.
Ooh.
So you know-
Instead of mixing with pork, they mix it like 70-30 with just beef
bet you,
fat.
boy, I bet you
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
probably good. And that's probably a lot, honestly, like healthier than using the pork, right? No?
I mean, it is.
Just
what
it is.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's still fat.
It's still
Yeah.
bad, but I
Yeah.
mean, it probably tastes better. put it
Why
that way.
you don't think the payoff, like what you don't think the payoff on it is, like what, like you just don't think the time it takes?
Yeah, time it takes. So look, I've done every bit of homemaking of damn near everything there is, and like some stuff is just not worth it, right? Like, and look, beef tallow, like it's a cool little venture project. You're smoking a brisket, you're gonna make some tallow or whatever, but like to make bulk tallow all the time to use, it's like I'd rather just buy it.
You ever do like a lot of your own stuff?
Yeah, but dude, it's so expensive. And
Sometimes
The
I'll do
jars.
stocks. Sometimes,
Yeah.
and here's another. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to talk about stocks with people, and always all like, because I'll use store bought stocks too. I'm not
Yeah.
above it, and a lot of people comment, "Oh, you got to make your own stock." And like, here's the thing with a stock: if you're not taking 12 hours to make a stock,
Correct.
that's not the same thing. If you boil chicken for an hour, that's not as good as this
No.
broth that I'm buying from the store. Like I could promise you, like a real chicken stock. Like if you worked in restaurants, they put that on the night before and come
Yeah.
back the next day and
it's
get
bone.
that.
It's bone.
You
it's down to the
you roasting your bones and your meat. You're roasting your vegetables. You're deglazing that, and then you simmering that
So you
9-10 hours.
Let me tell you how I do the stocks most of the time. Because look, people don't even realize exactly like what you said. Look, when you put vegetables in a stock, they damn near melt to where they're
They
nothing.
don't.
Like you
It's
don't even
mush.
look. If you got chunky vegetables, that's just a soup you made. Like you don't want it's gonna melt away where it's just.
So even in the store-bought stocks, they have like vegetables.
Oh
that
yeah,
they
they
put
do
in.
all that. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah.
start
It's
off
all
with all
blended
that.
in.
Well,
And look, don't get me wrong, that is great. It's amazing.
No,
But if you're not doing that, realize like you not making a real stock.
if I do it sometimes, I do it in a slow cooker, and I'll do it like I'll put it on in the afternoon and let it go all night.
I'll shout out a brand right now just because I really fuck with them hard, and they do have a good stock. And I'm just curious if you use them. Do you use the Kettle and Fire?
You talking about expensive? That's why you expensive. And
Well,
look
I
what you
mean,
buying.
but
I looked at it the other day.
Dude.
That part was $14.
Yeah.
And that other one was $3.
Yeah,
and
but-
look, I don't worry about price too often. I'll say I got a bad habit with buying what's
Right.
good, right? And I was like, ooh.
But the protein, did you look at the protein compared to the other
yeah.
one? That's what the payoff is
Yeah.
that you're getting this high dose of protein with this other one compared to this other one that doesn't. It's like literally a quarter of it.
Yeah, I've had. It's good. It is. It's good.
Oh, I drank it before.
Yeah.
I just drank just pure, just the stock, just to try because I saw a Joe Rogan
Doing some
podcast.
fasting. He was doing
Trying
some
to.
fasting. Yeah, I hear you. I've been there.
Trying
It's all
to.
good.
I have rheumatoid, so I'm trying different things. Like, have I got through a 3-day fast yet? No. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to
It's
you.
like those videos. Day 1 on the fast.
Yeah.
Day 2 on the fast. All right, day 1 on the fast.
Going back.
So I've done 3. I've done 3 days. And I was trying to do like a 5 or 7. And like that, like you'll get to day 3 and be like, oh yeah, I got it licked. And like halfway into day 3, like I'll get jittery and start. And look, I work in an oil refinery. Like I'm like, man, I ain't gonna pass out. These guys gonna wear my ass. You know?
Oh yeah, they gonna rag you for that.
Hit the button because you fell out.
I might just
Because you
need-
ain't ate. And I'm like, oh, just.
Well, I might just need to try it though, because like they say, like, do you have any like medical problems at all or anything to do? I mean, if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, don't.
I'm pretty open. I don't care.
So, like, the reason that I want to do it is to try to reset my immune system for my rheumatoid to see if that works. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they claim, people. So that's why I was wondering if did you
Man,
see
look.
any benefits from it for yourself?
I'll be honest. I went down probably every health rabbit hole that there was in the last 3 to 4 years, and man, most of it, it's just me. Don't hate me, but most of that shit don't work. Like I said.
So, well, let's.
I'm not saying it won't.
Well, we got a new one. We're gonna try it.
Okay, so
We're
look,
about
this
to
is
try
this,
this
so
one.
let's,
Not-
this is what we do, like, because we big into the health. We sauna, steam, ice bath. I get those, and if I don't get a workout, I'm at least doing those things. And then Austin just ordered a hyperbaric chamber for us, so we about to try that and see if that works. I don't know if you ever got into one of those.
I'd be interested.
So it's like oxygen therapy. So basically, it's breathing oxygen under compression.
Okay.
Under so this one goes up to like 2 atmospheres. So basically, it pushes the oxygen deeper into your cells, into your plasma, and basically it helps with a lot of inflammation.
Yeah.
So that's where people, the aches and the pains come from. Is because your body's got a lot of inflammation. Your knees, joints, all this stuff. So it's supposed to oxygenate everything and kind of relieve some of that inflammation. So we're gonna see.
Yeah.
But
Supposed to be coming in.
tell us what like your journey was with it though. Like why you have those feelings.
So because I've tried everything, right now, you get these grifters on the internet, right, and they got this awesome story, and a lot of these guys could speak really confident because they don't have anything to lose, right? So you're like, this is why you're fatigued, your methylation is broken, and you need this $1,400 genetic testing, and I'm gonna give you these $300 a month supplements, and like you go down these rabbit holes, and like none of this crap changed. And then another one's got, so here's it, like, I follow a bunch of guys, and I'm kind of deep into it too. Like, if you could confidently tell somebody like why they're tired, like you're probably full of shit. There's a million reasons why you could be, but like when you don't have anything to lose, you can make these bogus claims. So that's all. I was just,
Do you watch that guy that he takes
Probably.
his son's blood and he trades it with his what's his
that's,
name?
Brian Johnson.
How you feel about
No,
him? No.
I don't look. I mean,
I don't even
whatever.
know. Yeah, no.
So here's the
Damn,
other
tree.
side of it. Like so I watched the documentaries. I saw it all, and like not to say he won't add some time to his life, but like when somebody clearly stated you're spending all this time not living to do more not living at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah. You're right.
Like you're so entrenched in it, and you don't know what is working because you're doing so many different things at one time, right? But
Well, I feel like people are just putting too much out there. Like they're trying to like go like I don't know. They just say and see what sticks. But they had a guy on TikTok saying the other day about a health thing. He's like, yeah, you know, if every time you fart you burn like 60 calories. I'm like, fuck, I ought to be skinny as a motherfucker, but I'm not. Like that. What are we talking about? Like,
just like supposedly,
like what is that?
Yeah, just like cows produce more emission than all cars in the United States from their farts. That's a claim that like they
I've
promote.
heard it.
Dude, I think that's just a false thing to get farmers
so
to
much.
stop producing cows so they can make this live grown meat. But we ain't gonna get into conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, how do you feel about those type of meats?
How do you feel about conspiracy?
Yeah, no, how you feel about those type of meats and stuff, like the live grown meat and stuff. Like, have you ever dealt with any of that yet, or no?
Lab grown meat, I'm not.
They started
with it. I don't know.
They bring it in.
I did. I went vegan for like a week, and it wasn't really it wasn't no moral dilemma. And I just kind of like to challenge myself sometimes. I was deep in the Mediterranean diet, right? Like chasing health. And I was like, let me just see what I could be, like what I could do, how far I could push it. And the wife hated me for it. But it wasn't that bad. But here's the caveat. Like, I didn't try to eat meat-based stuff, like vegetables pretending to be meat. I just ate really good vegetable dishes. Some smothered eggplant, like some tomato or some curry. But I'm not trying to make a cucumber be a hot dog.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't.
Was the Mediterranean diet like more like just like vegetables and seafood more?
Vegetables, seafood, or little red meat, a lot of beans, nuts, stuff like that. Healthy fats.
Well, that's one of them. That's like one of the ones that they recommend for me. And I never really got deep into them. I did more of a carnivore diet more. So I didn't get deep into the Mediterranean one, but that's one that I do want to try, and following it and sticking through with it, just because it says it's supposed to help like with inflammation and stuff.
Yeah, so like the Mediterranean, you could stay on that long term, right? Like I find like carnivore, strict keto, stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, like the best diet is gonna be whatever you could stick to. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. Like if you can't stick to it and you're miserable, like you're not gonna have success with it. But the Mediterranean, it gives you enough options. And look, at the end of the day, man, look, you see what y'all see what I cook. Like, I've lost 50-something pounds in the last 3 years. Or
Really?
80% of my week is eating just whole foods, vegetables, lean meats, stuff like that. I work out daily, and then on the weekend, I'll cook and kind of have what I want.
Yeah.
You
Man,
know?
I would like to
And
see
I
a picture
don't-
of you with 50 pounds up. I couldn't even picture
They
it.
on the video, it was like,
Really?
yeah. So like when you
I'll have to go
look
back.
you
Yeah.
look around 2003, I think I had peaked back out at like 245, something like that. It's a much different. And look, I'll repost a bunch of videos, so it's kind of
Yeah,
you
you
don't
bet.
know. People like, whoa, what?
Well, what's going on?
So it kind of looks like really hard reductions sometimes. But I've been like, man, I've been pretty locked in since the middle of 23, right? Like really on point. Like quit. I smoked most of my life. I was quitting for like the last 10 years, so I hadn't done that in like 3 years. I hadn't drank in almost 2 years, so I made a lot of good improvements to try to get there. So
I keep on. I pretty much don't drink anymore, but Austin keeps on dragging me to these. golf
Oh,
tournaments.
Austin, yeah, okay.
Austin keeps
All
dragging me to these golf tournaments.
Austin
and
was
then-
still good when we got back from the tournament. Nick was not so good. So
and look, I'll have a drink every now and then. Maybe I said I quit all the way. I did quit for about a year, and then now but I haven't been drunk in at least 2 years. I hadn't had a buzz.
Oh, mine
Maybe
was-
one or two here.
mine was about 2 weeks
we went
ago.
we went to Hawaii, and that's when I was like, man, I'm having one of these awesome cocktails. Like, you
What you
just
had?
still gotta enjoy life.
You did the Maui Wowie?
It's this Mai Tai.
The Mai Tai, that's
It's
what you
Mai
did?
Tai, and like I'm not talking like a regular stand Mai Tai. We was at this restaurant. I'm going to find all these bougie ass places wherever I go. I'm going to get.
you didn't
What
surf
island?
while
What
you were out
island
there?
y'all stayed on?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't
What
surf?
island y'all stayed on?
We did the Big Island for I think 6 days, and then we did Oahu for another 6 or 7.
So no, I was on Maui.
Yeah, but y'all did some
You did.
crazy shit.
Yeah,
y'all.
well, I had a Mai Tai. I had one where it was like all fresh squeezed, the fresh juices, because they gave you an option at the restaurant we went to. And it was like you could either have like the synthetic ones where they put like synthetic juices or whatever, and then they said, or you can have one with all the local
Yeah,
fresh
one
fruits.
of
I was like, the local one, of
And
course.
if you don't get that local pineapple, man, you're doing yourself a big disservice. That stuff is like so good.
Dude,
Bro, that's the best pine. Like we ate so much, our mouth was raw. Like
Duncan lived on the main island, right?
Yeah, I lived on Oahu for 5 years.
awesome.
Something like
Man,
that.
You had a good time. That's a beautiful place, huh?
Oh yeah, it was college, so I wasn't able to go to all the nice fancy places, but still
Yeah,
still
but
very good. A
that's
lot of Mai
all-
Tais, Blue Hawaiians, but college mostly beer.
Yeah.
But whenever we went, I stayed with straight locals, and they were like, one of them was like, looked at me, and it was the dad of like the group of people that we were with, and he was cool as shit. Like he was funny. He was like, Nick, bruh, if you order that Mai Tai, I'm getting the fuck away from this table, bruh. He was like, I can't be caught sitting around nobody drinking a Mai Tai.
But that's all. Like, so you get like the real experience.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
always.
But why is
value
that? Is like, is that
Oh,
like a,
that's
that's like a girly drink for them?
No,
Or
it's like that. Tourists are drinking that.
Oh,
Like,
okay, that's not- yeah.
That's a tourist drink. Like you go
Yeah.
there, that's a tourist thing. But
What
it-
they drinking? Like vodka straight out of coconuts or something?
No, yeah,
No?
well, yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, yeah. You'd be surprised. Hey, dude,
That's
dude,
crazy.
the island life, like, I ain't gonna lie, that is like one of my goals. Obviously, I love Louisiana, but if I can move to an island like that eventually and live that island life,
Oh.
bro, they so chill. Like, I was sleeping at these dudes' house, and they were locals, and they literally, I would like, it's a regular work week for them, but it's vacation for me. They were just like, fuck it, bruh.
Oh, them
we ain't
folks-
we ain't gonna go tomorrow. We ain't going to work tomorrow. And I'm talking about they building $16 million houses. They're like, it'll be there the next day. And
Yeah,
then the
they'll
next,
go to the beach and go surf.
Dude, they
Like,
go to the beach, go surf, go fishing, go hang out with all their family members, go cook off, go do a big cookout, and then the next day comes. Oh, bruh, y'all in town? Let's go eat out for lunch.
So how'd you get hooked up with that to go stay with like
So-
locals like that? Cause see, like that's always
What you
the
laughing at me,
experience.
though?
I'm
Don't put
like,
me
Well,
in
we had another one of our guys. It's one of my friends, Kobe. He was actually a host at one point on the show, and he came on as a guest. And he has family out in Hawaii,
All right.
and his grandma is actually like full Hawaiian, and she lives on like one of the only houses in Maui that's on this strip of like where it's completely bought out by everywhere. So like if they would sell this house, they would get like 2.5 million for it. And I'm talking about it's like a shack, like, but it's like a official Hawaiian shack, and it was cool as shit. Like it was like a great experience. I can say some other things that they had out there, but it was, I don't want to get in trouble.
Man.
But dude, I'm talking about like it was a fun time, and it was very, very cool, and it was just a good experience to just see how they live, and like they don't stress. Like it's America over there, but it's not.
yeah. Like I said, man, that's the best experience. If you could get in with locals and do like I'm big on culture and stuff like that. So
Yes.
like if you ever got the opportunity to do something like that with the
Well, I would love to tell you
people
about.
that and-
I would love to tell you about the hunting story, but I think I told it too many times on this podcast, and Brad might want to come in here and slap me if I do. So.
I think you should tell it. Because then you like, didn't.
Well, I mean, if you really enjoy it and stuff, I mean, so we went hunting with the locals, and all we went hunting with was 2 pit bulls and a knife.
wow,
That's crazy.
that's hunting.
Yeah, that's
No, like
serious.
that's it. Like
yeah.
on the side of a mountain, like in the middle of nowhere. You can't hear nothing. You don't see no lights. There's nothing. Dude, one of the dudes, it was Pecana. He was, so the day before we went like scuba diving. He took not scuba, free diving, and we went catch octopus and stuff with the spear fishing and everything. Well, I ain't gonna incriminate myself, so I ain't gonna say what I did on that part. But after that day, we had caught a few octopuses and stuff like that. Brought it back and we cooked them, and that was actually really good. So then the next night we went out and we was on the side of the mountain, and a freaking pig, dude, probably the size of this table. Like it was big enough to where this local Pecano was like, dude, that's a big pig, and it ran right next to him, like almost charged and hit him. Well, his dog caught on to it, and whenever his dog started chasing it, all of a sudden we started just running, like gunning, trying to stay with it. And as soon as we got close to it, we heard a yelp, and it was like, whoop. What the pig took the dog, and thankfully it got the collar part, because like they put these big thick collars on them, so like the hogs can't
protect
kill him.
them,
Yeah,
yeah.
the hogs can't kill him whenever they hit him or whatever in the neck. And dude, we watched the dog do like a backflip in the air, and then Pecano was like, man, I only got these 2 dogs with me right now. He was like, usually for a pig this big, we need like 6. Cause like, no, yeah, cause like these dogs, the way they train them,
That's so
they
crazy.
have chasers, and then they have like just barkers, right?
Yeah.
Where they find and spot the pig, but they don't attack. They wait for the attackers to come in, and these other attackers come in and they maul this freaking pig. Well, we ended up catching another one later on the night, a smaller one, and we were just like training the dogs and teaching them how to, attack the pig and stuff. Well, they big out there and not killing anything that they don't.
You're not gonna eat.
You're not gonna eat.
Utilize, right?
Correct. So, dude, they put these dogs on this pig for like 30 minutes, tearing it up, letting them tear the legs and all. Dude, this hog got up and walked off like nothing happened. I'm talking like these things are savages, dude. It don't make no sense. And it was just a crazy experience. Like the adrenaline rush of running through the woods on a mountain in Hawaii at 3:00 in the morning. Dude, just imagine it.
I bet. That sounds amazing.
Real life Lilo and Stitch, boy.
Yeah, like, dude, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy experience. And then like what you said though, they don't take tourists out to do things like that. Like
No.
that, they had some guys that stopped and they saw what we were going to do. Like we was all in the back of the truck, had the dogs all laid out and all. He's like, "Hey man, we come out here like once a year. How much you would charge us to take us or whatever?" Because I was like, "Nah, man, we don't do that."
And look, they don't like us. Like
No, they don't.
They
Oh,
don't
no.
like us. Like,
No.
I got that vibe.
What-
And I've got the whole like.
What's the name? What's the name of it? What they call outsiders? I'm drawing a blank right
Howley.
now. What?
Howley.
Yeah, Howley. So I was fortunate enough to never get called a Howley, and I was hanging
Yeah.
out with all the locals, and they were like, I had one
You
person.
had to end, right?
Yeah. Well, I had to end. Well,
And look, I get it. People go there, they disrespect them, they tear it up, and so there's a big housing crisis there now because the land,
fires,
just like you said, not outside the fires, but like you said, they could sell that house for $2.5 million. These Airbnbs done bought up so many homes, and so a lot of them having to move back to move to California or move out from their homes. Which, man, I get that. That sucks.
No, it's a crappy situation, and a lot of things too. Like even what these islanders wanted to, their culture and their lifestyle, the government didn't come in and like we went and we wanted to go and experience these. I forgot what it was exactly called, but it was like the life rejuvenating waterfall type situation where you go in as the 7 baths or something. They closed it off to people because too many people were going and getting hurt or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, now what? The locals can't enjoy their own freaking island? You know what I mean? It's just like, and then we went to another place and they had some lady cut us off because her son was taking a crap in the woods. They had porta potties to let him go use the bathroom, literally like 500 yards back down. And I'm like, y'all wonder why? This is why.
Yeah,
Like,
respect, man. It's just respect goes a long way.
and they really do.
Yeah.
They really do respect.
And you saw that guy going viral right now, huh? Throw that
Oh,
big
he's-
rock at that seal.
I actually talked to Kobe about that, dude. He's gonna
Wait,
be.
that was recent?
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like he's going.
I didn't
That's
see
like
that.
going
I haven't
on
seen
right
this.
now.
Yeah,
like,
no.
that's going viral right now.
He's gonna go to jail.
Dude from Seattle threw a big ass rock at one of these seals on the beach, and they had him on camera.
Yeah, they got.
Dang.
Did it kill
And the
it?
guy,
No,
no,
but it
but
just-
could have hurt him, but it's an endangered animal.
correct.
They say it's an
Hey,
endangered species.
So
or
this
whatever.
so he's like, I'm rich, I come here all the time, I could pay whatever fines, and a local caught him,
Oof.
beat his ass.
Oh, I was about to say
The
yeah.
local government gave that dude. They say he's anonymous, but we got an award. We can't give it to him, but we gonna hang this award up, right?
They not going up.
But, like,
They not going to
they
catch
went-
that dude.
Huh?
They not going to catch that dude. The dude that beat the shit.
But they
that's a
went to
local hero.
Seattle and they arrested this cat, like the national.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They come
I think
get
they
him?
wrapped it up under the protected animal stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not like
Wow.
a local PD or group or
No.
nothing like that.
This was
like
a felon. This was a felony.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Well, look, they had a similar situation. The ones that got caught. Now, of course, it was a dead alligator, but you seen the one where they fired off the guns in the boat off the dead alligator?
Yeah, that was in Florida.
That's
Yeah.
another viral thing. So they pull up, they were vlogging, kind of doing their whole YouTube thing. They pull up on a deal and there's a dead alligator. It was clearly dead. It was floating upside down. But they pull up and they just started firing all these guns at it. Well, people flipped out on this.
So wildlife and
Yeah,
wildlife
so
and
like
fisheries
they
got
like
involved.
charged him for like I don't know. I mean I don't know how. I mean,
But no,
being
that-
it's already dead. But
I'll put it to you like this: whenever we
Still.
went to Hawaii, we went to a little park and they had one of those seals. I forget if it's like a what do you call them, a Hawaiian seal or a manatee or something
Not a
along those
man,
lines.
there's some kind of seal they call it.
Yeah, so I forgot exactly what it was called, but they literally had a woman who wasn't even a local. She was like from somewhere in the United States, I think California or something like that. And she literally, her job was to follow this seal around and track it and go and sit on the beach next to it. And whenever people would get too close to it or have animals or whatever, she'd be like, hey, can you move your dogs or can you move your animals away from this area? This is a protected area. And they would block off the beach right there. So like that dude, that dude's in some serious shit.
They don't play
Well,
behind them animals.
it's illegal to even interact with most marine mammals in the U.S. Like, you get people who will go and ride manatees down in Florida. Like, they'll grab on the tail and pull. That's super illegal.
I didn't
You can't do
realize
that, even, like, touch them.
I
Yeah,
know that
because the idea is, like, if you get them too used to people, right, even if you're not doing anything bad to them, you get them too used to
you can't
people,
feed 'em
then
nothing.
they start relying on that and getting close, and then they get hit by boats and things.
Well, the dolphin situation, I know the dolphins, they like, you're not allowed to like that's a rule, and I never even realized that until recently. All the dolphin news that they had with the guy getting kidnapped by the dolphins in Florida or whatever. Oh yeah, dude, this is a big thing, dude.
Oh, yeah,
they had a guy.
that's
They had a guy
crazy.
that claimed this is so wild. I don't know how.
That guy in Florida, huh?
So look, I don't know
Bro,
what to
go
believe.
look this up. Man.
Just look
After
it up.
we'll send it to you after.
But just in case for our viewers, if they don't know about it, I'm just gonna give you the quick rundown. Guy in Florida, he gets found on the beach and by local PD, and he's been missing for like 3 or 4 days. And the cops find him on the beach, and all around him, he has like this intrinsic, detailed planning zone of like a underground city. And I'm talking about like everything from structures of churches to town squares, like zoning, everything, like anything you could think of. It was so detailed.
But in the
This
report, dude actually named the head dolphin like Jeff.
Yeah, no,
Jeff
no,
told him.
oh yeah, no, Marvin.
Marvin
Marvin or something like that. And he was like, yeah, these dolphins kidnapped me and made me work on this underground city for them. And
Because he's an engineer in real life.
well, he was an engineer, and one of his specialties was marine engineering, underwater things. And he was like, these dolphins kidnapped me, and that's what he's telling the cops. And they forced me to do this. And he's like, they was like, so how did you breathe underwater or whatever? He's like, well, the head project manager, Melvin, he's telling
him this, like
Project manager.
Yeah, project manager. He's like, we don't ask questions. It's like, it's just no not to ask him questions or whatever.
he gets angry.
Yeah, like he gets like they like, what the fuck? And then
They
so like,
ran on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Well,
huh?
dude,
Dude basically had a bad acid
well,
trip.
this is
Yeah, I
the
was about to say,
crazy part.
fentanyl is a
Ready?
drug,
I'm gonna
man.
hit you with the craziest part out of all of it. 2 weeks later, they find 40 dead dolphins. What the what? Why? Did the government go in and like decapitate these dolphins because they really went? Did they really kidnap them? Like, I don't know. I'm not. Hey, I'm just reading news. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is reading news.
Do you believe it though?
No. No. But why are they?
Does he?
Why? I guess I don't know. But through
They
all of
even went
that,
as far in the document thing to say that he had like form of like some kind of like plankton in his lungs.
yeah, it matched. Yeah.
That's only found at certain depths. Of like
That's another crazy part about it. Like they did the DNA, the whatever research and all the toxicology report that came back from the hospital. He had plankton particles and stuff in his lungs that you can only find at certain depths of the places that he was claiming where he was.
And the depths that he went, they said it would take like 20 minutes to get to those depths and be able to get back up to surface with like without dying.
Look, some sketchy
Like,
shit's going
like
on.
with on oxygen. Like yeah,
I don't know what it is. I don't know if
it is funny though to listen to. It's funny because there's a guy that he reads the report. And
Now, but back to where I was going with that is the law. One of the laws, or I was supposedly a law where I saw is that it's illegal to communicate with dolphins. And then
wait,
and then-
where is this law?
no, I'm serious. And then just
No.
recently, I just read this the other day. The government will not enclose if they do or do not have kamikaze dolphins And I was like,
I
what?
heard something recently about the
What?
Yeah. Well, no,
I
like,
did hear
like
something
think about it. No, dude, you think the government didn't try some type of programs back in
Like
the
some
Cold War
government
era?
even like commented, it was like, well, we could certainly say that they don't have them. But like wouldn't say like we don't have them.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He like left it like that. He was like, we could say for certainty Iran or whoever it was at
Yeah.
the time doesn't have these dogs.
no,
First
just
off,
think
how
about-
are they catching you to communicate with a dolphin? Like, what does that even mean? Like,
No, I mean,
like,
no.
what do you? Well, I mean, what you saying to him?
I don't know.
First off, how you properly
You know,
speak dolphin? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Maybe they figured out some type of way to communicate through.
That's some Bell
type
River
of-
shit.
I don't know.
Y'all be talking to some crazy. Y'all got some crazy shit down there, boy.
Talking to the dolphins.
But that's where I got that information from. That's where I figured out that it was with the marine stuff and it was illegal to communicate with dolphins. So fact check me, please. I might be wrong.
Trust me, the viewers are going to definitely fact check you. I can promise you that.
Might be
They're
wrong.
going to definitely fact check you on that one.
So what's like one of the most interesting experiences you've had so far? Like interactions with maybe people that you met or just a cool thing that you got to do just because you in this world now? A collaboration with somebody that you might have never thought you might have been in the same room with.
Emerald follows me, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Emerald.
That-
Ooh,
Come on, man.
Emerald. Oh.
Emerald.
The
Emerald
famous chef.
Agassi,
Honestly,
the-
bro.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
See,
Okay,
we're going to pull
okay,
his
okay.
chef card. We're
Okay.
fixing to pull your chef card, dude.
Dude,
What
So
are
I got-
they, bro? What were they teaching you in those Hooters kitchens, man?
We're about to pull your chef card, bro.
I was.
That's where you was,
No,
Hooters?
I wasn't.
I worked at
I
Hooters.
was at Hooters for a little bit, but I wasn't
Where
worried
at?
about the food whenever I was working at Hooters.
That's one of those
Where at?
5-star restaurants he was talking
Homer?
about.
Yeah.
So I worked at the veterans one for
He had to quit because the
2
orange
days,
shorts
and then
quit. They
Katrina
quit
hit.
fitting him right. He couldn't wear the shorts enough. They
They didn't fit. Huh?
No, my
didn't like me
my thing
then.
about Hooters was my mom was on some different things, and that was when I was in college, and it was just that wasn't the best place for me to be.
Yeah, so I got some pretty cool followers, right? Emerald, Juvenile follows me, Mia X. You like 90s Louisiana rap? That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Laura Bucktail, news lady from Channel 4.
Okay.
So that's some cool, you know.
yeah, absolutely.
The
Like,
other day,
did they ever comment? Like, has any of them ever commented on your stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
So like, I talked to a couple of them. Yeah. So like with Emerald, like the way he followed me, like he cooked this stuffed pork loin for a holiday. It was like a crown roast. And I had just commented because I had just posted one like a couple days before that, very very similar. And I was like, hey, I just made one just like this, like great minds think alike or whatever. And then like he went and liked that video. And again, this is probably his team or whatever, but I don't like.
But
I'm taking the credit, and they had followed me, and like I'll see his likes like every now and then, like come across different stuff. I'm like, like little small victories.
Do you know for a fact that he does have a team?
I mean,
I mean, no, but some of these guys, you'll be surprised. They do. They care.
He maybe look at it sometimes or whatever, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a team because he's putting out whole productions on it, right? Like the little small cooking shows he's doing now, and
I just know some of these guys. They do really they care about their audience and their following. Like actually, one of the guests that we have, he has like a total like 6.5 million followers across all platforms, and he still goes and posts things for himself, like. And goes and comment and react to
maybe.
people.
And I mean, Emerald's super famous prior social media, right? Like he's
so
he's been famous for 30 years now.
Right.
I don't know, maybe.
But that is cool though, nonetheless. I mean, hell, it's still comment on your stuff.
Yeah, I take
Regardless.
it.
Yeah, take that all day.
I'll take it for sure.
You need to hit up old boy. I tried to hit him up to see if he would. The one that Ashley Furniture fumbled with recently. You seen that guy? The kid is making all the jingles. He was working for Ashley Furniture, and he was doing like these like beatboxing raps like about their furniture. And Ashley Furniture was like, "Yeah, we can't be playing around with that. We're gonna." They fired him. And then everybody's like, "What a huge fumble!" So now all these companies. So look, this other company called Couch and Co. It's like, oh, bet y'all gonna fire him? They hired
We're
him.
gonna take him.
They hired him, and dude, he's getting millions of followers. Like he's getting like he's grown. I think he's almost up to 1 million followers or some shit. Like it's getting like crazy. Awesome. And he's starting to make all these things where like now his videos are like all these products and big companies gain. All the, like all these different ones are hitting him up, Lowe's and all these people like, hey, make a jingle. So he's like, they're like throwing him $1,000 to whatever his thing is to make a jingle, and they're throwing him money.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, you
so
can
like,
make some money with it.
Everybody's like, what a huge fumble on that.
I know a guy that the guy Kale Siraj, the one that was doing the Chick-fil-A videos. Well, he was like, he does like, he would be in a line, like they would be in a line at Chick-fil-A and somebody would like crank up the music and be like, hey bro, break it down for us or whatever. And then he would be like, oh, you want me to turn up? And like he starts dancing and like cutting up or whatever. Well, he ended up going and doing a bunch of other crazy stuff. Well, one of the videos he made, he like blew up the Baby song. Well, there was like on a beach somewhere in I think like Orange Beach or something like that, like with some of my other friends from that same area that he's from. And he just randomly looked up at his phone and he got like 30 racks. The Baby just sent it to him, like Venmo'd him 30 racks for like blowing up his stuff. He's like, the Baby just sent me 30 racks and just was like nonchalant about it. I was like, threw it to the side. I was like, dude, if I would have been there, I'd been like, what the
Well, look, they had that one girl that she got paid because she just bought her new house. The one that did the Dr. Pepper jingle. Oh, really? Like, yeah, like, because look.
Yeah, that was a big little thing
They
recently,
used that for a Super Bowl commercial or something crazy. Like, like she just said, she just made a TikTok and was like, oh, yeah, did I get paid for this? Oh, y'all check out my new house. It's like a big house she's in. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Dr. Pepper did pay her
I didn't even see the jingle. I need to
yeah.
So
you never heard of one? Dr. Pepper, baby.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
No, it was like a huge thing. Like my kids are singing that.
So what are some other ventures that you're getting into to try to like grow your brand right now?
So the obviously we talked about the book already, so the book is going to be a good one, right? And I still got the other product lines that I'm looking to launch, right? I've got the seasoning so far, which I've always said, like, seasonings is so cluttered right now. It's such a saturated market, but I never expected that to really do really well. Like I did that as a learning experience to get in the stores, figure out distribution, kind of figure out all of the stuff, right? I didn't think that would be the ticket. So I got some other items I'm looking at. It's just, I'm kind of torn right now. I feel like with the Boudreaux in the backyard, like that'll be kind of capped to that Cajun Creole type region, South region. I don't know. I got some multiple ventures I'm looking at. Maybe something, more health-based. Or something I could take to a national level, something like that.
You ever get into the barbecue and like smoked meats, or you kind of just keep it the Creole Cajun type thing?
So here's it, like with barbecue, and that's competitive too, right? So
Correct.
like I could, if I cook you some brisket, some ribs, something like that, like you're gonna love it, right? Most people gonna love it. I don't focus in on that because it's so particular. Like when people like that are deep in the game take it, right?
Correct.
And it's kind of my philosophy. As much as I love food, like I could get 90% of the way there, just kind of cooking how I cook without, just throwing it on there, letting it get however it's gonna be. But like for that extra 10%, like you got to put a lot more effort.
Yeah, it's all timing. People don't even realize that.
If you looking to go like competition style cooking and all that, and like I don't know, I don't guess it's not worth it for me. Like I said, I could get that brisket 90% of the way there. Is it gonna win some competition somewhere with a perfect bend and won't pull apart? No, but ain't nobody leaving my house.
Yeah,
so like,
they're not leaving hungry.
I don't blame you on that one. So like we've been doing. I know Austin did it before, and I did it. I didn't do it this past year, but I did it the 2 previous years before with a group of guys. The Hogs for the Cause situation that they got, and dude, the amount of like just stuff that it takes to put those things on, and then I mean, yeah, I guess if you're really into that and that's fun for you. But I mean, every time I went out there, it really wasn't that great of a time for me. Like I was working and I was.
Well, it's a
you
lot
know,
of it's a
So
lot
I
of work.
went, but I just went as like I went like like some of my sponsors were out there, so I just showed up and kind of
Yeah.
like several people have asked me to come be on a team, and I'm like,
I was on a team
so,
for
like them guys are sleeping out there. They're
Listen,
sleeping in
yes, we stayed out there all
trailers.
night.
and that's their thing,
Well,
dude. Like if that's
dude,
their
it was
if that's their
wild.
thing, that's their thing. I
Look,
just
cooking for people.
Hey,
Remember
look,
this.
I
and
wouldn't
talk
know.
about a lot of money in that.
it is
Like, I
no,
could-
you say a lot of money in that, but
Well, for that,
No,
I mean,
for that
they're-
event I'm
they're-
talking about.
Yeah, they're doing all that for that charity,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're
yeah.
Well, that's
not
what I'm
taking
saying.
no
But like,
money
dude,
back.
they had the first place team that won in the fundraising. Dude,
Probably
they
around
gave
like
away a
$500,000
car.
or something.
Yeah, they
something
gave
like
it.
that.
Yeah, they raised like that. Well, a year that I was a part of it, the first place team had raised like $600,000. We raised like $150,000 on the team I was in. Like, dude, we had a double story booth. Like it was crazy. Like we had all kind of stuff, and like that was a cool experience. But look, it got to be to the point where it's like it's a lot time consuming. Like you said, dude, we stayed out all night just drinking and smoking this meat, and then look, it's on Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday thing. So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, it's some
It's
time.
a lot.
you putting in different.
And listen, we
meals.
were having practices before this, and I'm like, look, guys, it's fun, but
And them guys go all out with them tents.
Oh,
and like the
man.
whole you got to have somebody just with a dedicated storage area to just keep.
Oh,
this
look,
year
it was-
by
it was
year, right? And
intense.
I got some friends and some people that they into.
like we
it,
had a whole
like,
constructed booth. Like the one time we went, it was made out of wood and metal. Like it was like it had to be built. So like it took 2 or 3 days to assemble the booth that the building we were in. Like we made it a whole thing. We had count. Like it was like a whole.
It's a cool event, and it's for a great cause, and I'll go support it. Will I go work on a team and go work it ever again? Hell no. Even with
You're
the,
in media now. You just need to show up and like interview people.
Yeah,
and
like-
taste the food.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
Show behind the scenes.
That's
I'm
what
like,
I'm-
I'll show up and do that.
yeah.
Like,
Well, even things like that we do with like the cooking stuff. Like, dude, I honestly never want to be a part of another cooking competition. I'm pretty sure Austin feels
Was
like we'll throw them, but we ain't gonna be a part of them. If that makes sense.
what you mean
so
like,
like
cooking?
Yeah,
cook-offs
like
and stuff
cook-offs
like
and
that.
shit
That's
like
all.
that.
Well, I mean, I'll do all the charity cook-offs. Like we'll do
It's
that
still
kind
like
of
the
stuff.
tents, but
We'll
like
do
I
that
just
for fun.
Yeah.
But it's
Cook-offs
just
are
it's
so
still a
weird,
lot.
man.
It's still
Yeah,
just
it's- Yeah, it's a lot. Like if you're doing like, I'll tell you what I would like to do, and that's the only reason I brought the barbecue thing up. Like I am kind of into the barbecue scene. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of particular things and different things that people don't understand. Like, look, obviously when the ribs, like people think, oh, fall off the bone, but that's
They don't
really
want that
they
falling
don't
off
want
the
to
bone.
fall off the bone. You can't. You got to have a certain bite. You got to have a certain smoke ring. You got to have a certain temperature. It's timing. It's all this. There's like a lot of skill involved to it.
And
So I want to try one big competition. If I want to go to like, Memphis or do one of those different.
That dude said he don't want to chill with these little dogs.
No. I
He wanna
want to
go
try.
compete
I
against the
want to
big
try. I want
dogs.
to try one competition, just one time.
I think you got to be invited to Memphis.
No,
Like,
I know
you
Memphis.
gotta, like,
I threw,
win up to that
no. I
level.
threw out Memphis. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, people gonna say, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But no, I'm talking about
Oh, I
like.
was about to get pounded on with that one, boy.
Oh, it don't matter. Listen,
wrong.
hey, put the game up. Like, look, I can. Hey, no, that's crazy.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah. Are they gonna pound me? Is that what you got?
Pound you.
Yeah. Okay. Pause. No, but I really want to like try one bigger competition. Not like I'm just talking about like a little local deal. I want something on like actual money competition.
You watch them guys, man, and they like when I went in there. So like I'm friends with James Cruz. I don't know if you know who that is, but like he's won Memphis and May several times. He's probably one of Louisiana's most renowned like barbecuers, right? Man, I'm telling you, these cats wouldn't like no phones. Like y'all took my phone when I came in here. Like when you walk in that booth when they about to plate this stuff up, like no phones. Like
Oh, yeah,
don't
no, it's
talk about
serious.
like what you doing. Like and I mean, I watched them go through 12 racks of ribs to come up with 3 pieces at the end, like the 3 perfect pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the competition is so like just like I'll cook in some crawfish balls and stuff every now and then. Like so the weird dynamic of this is like even with the rib, like you've got to impress all those judges with one bite. So what's good in one bite is not gonna be good to sit and eat a bunch of, right? Because especially with like crawfish, you
Yeah,
got to
so-
come salty and spicy and because when you eat crawfish, you could cook crawfish spicy that you don't really get that effect till you're a pound or 2 pounds in and you're sucking heads and all of this. But like you're eating 3 or 4, like you've got to.
Whenever
got
I
to hit them hard like really quick.
Whenever I
right?
eat 3 or 4, I want my nose to be running already. Like that's
Really?
how. I love.
See, I don't like.
some
See, that's
spicy
not
good
me.
coffee.
I like. That's miserable to me.
I love. So like I think that's something more to do with like it's a sensory thing or something like that because they say people who like that have like a. I don't know, some type of pain
You gonna
tolerance.
say like a
bullshit.
high
yeah.
IQ or some
no,
shit?
No,
You
no, like a high pain.
I can tell you that.
High pain tolerance or something.
It ain't the
Say the
IQ.
hotter you like it, the hotter you are. like,
No, Tyler, I don't know. No, whatever the fuck it
Fact check
means. Yeah, fact check. Whatever it means if you like a spicy palate or whatever. But
It's definitely not a high IQ.
I love this dude here. I love some good like if my nose is running and my mouth is hot, I'm eating them things and I'm like addicted. It's like it's like almost like people who get tattoos and they like the feeling of getting needled and tattooed. It's like that type
That's
of pain.
kinda crazy.
You know what I mean?
crazy, like off mentally, like.
I mean, I don't know. You got
No,
tattoos.
I
I mean,
like
you know what I mean?
I love-
guess we all gotta be
Yeah, but I think you like.
But, I mean,
yeah, but
that's
time
not
out. But
fair.
I think I don't like. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he likes the needle aspect. Like that's kind of wild.
No, people-
What you like the needle aspect, or you like the actual design
people
and the
get
artwork?
people go no
I
people.
can't say the design and the artwork not on mine, so don't get tattoos when you're young.
Oh,
I'm
fuck,
gonna just
okay,
say,
well.
I ain't got real tattoos in a long time.
Look, people get tattoos because they some people it's therapeutic for them to go get that needle hit on their skin.
I
I'm telling you.
get that. Like my first couple, and like you get a big piece that's gonna break that out of you.
Yeah, because this shit fucking hurts.
That shit right there. And that was my very first one. And I was like, after that one, I was like, it was whatever. I got like 4 more around my body, but it was just like on the ribs, wasn't even as bad as this one.
Yeah, that
I bet you got that
inside
tattoo
right
that
here,
says no regrets, huh?
No.
no regret.
No regrets. No regrets. Yeah, that's what I got.
No, that's crazy though. Fuck. I even forgot we were talking about it first. The first.
No,
I'm
just
talking
the
about barbecue and
and
tattoos.
yeah,
Oh,
barbecue and
yeah, I don't know how they got put.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
back in like
we-
the barbecue world, like so with that, like I love grilling. I love cooking outside. Like you give me charred meat any kind of way. So like you call that barbecuing, but typically when people talk barbecue, you're talking about ribs, pork, brisket, right? Low, slow, many hours. And people like just like Cajuns will argue about different ways to do stuff with that. Like the barbecue is just like that. So I don't really try to claim to be a barbecue guy, but like I said, like I could get down with it. I've got, Pits and Spits is one of my sponsors, one of the best
That's cool.
grill makers out there. And I kind of pitched to them. The way I pitched to them was like, we got these pellet smokers. They're easy, they're big, they're blowing up in popularity. Nobody's doing like this Cajun cuisine with it. So I was like, could make andouille, could make tasso, could be making
Yeah, you
boudin.
could
And
do
that's
that.
what I do with it. Like as far as like when
Yeah.
I do the sponsored videos with them, and they love the idea, went in, and that's been a great partnership. Like it is to take that and showcase something different.
But you know what I
right?
think's really cool about like, and that's why I was curious on the barbecue side because you got the culinary experience. So see, I never had that. Like I don't have the training as far as like I have to go and watch y'all videos to learn the
Right.
techniques. Like for instance, poached egg. Yeah, I know what a poached egg is, but to actually look, the first time I tried to do that, epic fail. It should look like scrambled eggs in the water. It looked like shitty. It looked like egg drop soup. Like it was shit. Like I was like, man, this is awful. So then I had to go learn those techniques. Like I didn't realize the vinegar helps, keep everything together and all that stuff. And obviously swirling it keeps it, the more you swirl it and let it go, it tightens it up and all that stuff. So I was like, man, okay. So I had to learn these techniques, but you kind of had that background to know, like, look, this is sauces, like the hollandaise sauce and stuff like that. Like most people don't know what all that takes.
Yeah,
Like I even created, I went and watched the video to make those the Asian style fluffy pancakes. You ever did those?
Yeah.
Dude, that is cool.
That is cool.
And then so look, we made them and I successfully did it. My kids loved it. So they were like, Dad, can we have this tomorrow? I'm like, baby, no, this is gonna be like
So you saw the Golden Diner ones?
no.
That viral New York got the crispy, and it's like that thick. It's Golden Diner pancake. So actually my little girl was in this one. You was asking about her earlier. We did a Mardi Gras,
I'm gonna have to go check it
a
out.
king cake spin on the Golden Diner pancakes.
Lord.
And it's like, it's super thick. You got to start it in a saute pan and like finish it in the oven. Like it's like stacked up high all.
Well, look, they were so
good.
fluffy, and I couldn't believe it. Like,
You whip egg whites, right?
Yep.
Get that volume in it.
yeah, dude, it was wild. Until basically it's like almost like a meringue type.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you fold that in and get that
So
get that puff.
what does the process look like whenever like you working with a brand or a brand reaches out? Like, do brands reach out to you or
Some, yeah. Some of them I've gotten. Some of my best ones I've gotten kind of organically, right? I love local stuff, right? I love my blue plate, my camellia. So those things came real natural, and really I just started using that stuff. And I don't show a lot of labels and stuff. If I'm really passionate about something, I will. So like if you see something that's not sponsored, and like I'm really supporting it, that's saying a lot, and like kind of these things just work naturally, and that kind of just they reached out and we kind of built partnerships
But
like
that's
that.
cool,
So
though. That says a lot,
that's
like-
awesome. And look, I love my little small brands like that. Like I love working with them, and like those give me complete creative freedom, or like they not do like because I could show you some contracts and some demands from some of these other
Yeah.
ones, and it's crazy. But yeah, so a lot of just organic reach. So some I've reached out to, like I reached out to Pits and Spits because I had these ideas, and I always want to work with the best in the business too, right? I don't want to sell crappy stuff, right? Like
Oh,
I
no
want to be
doubt.
represented with gourmet and finer things. So like I reached out to them, and some will reach out to you, and I've had some big money ones I had to turn down because I just didn't like
Yeah, what kind
they
of how
was
pushy
trying
it
to,
was. Yeah.
what they was trying to do. And some of them are unrealistic. Like, look, I work full time, and some of them will, they'll draw out a 7-page contract, send it to you, and they'll be like, all right, like we need concepts on the 10th. By the 12th, we want first round video, and then if we got remakes, we
Sheesh.
want them by like the 14th. I'm like, no.
That's
So actually, one of them I put a clause like when they asked about pricing and all this. And look, you get better as this age, like because when you first start, you kind of taken aback. Like I don't know how to handle it. And like I remember the first time I just took a contract and I redlined the hell out of it, just with an ink pen, just scratched it. I sent it back, and like the friction I got back, like, look, this is people too. Like sometimes they just say like, okay, like we'll make those changes.
Yeah.
And it's like you just coming up into it, like you don't even think that's how you like, oh, they got lawyers working on this. You can't, but you could, everything's negotiable, right? But I always got this thing too, like the bigger the contract is, like the more I'm gonna charge, because there's gonna be a lot more bullshit I'm gonna have to deal on the back end. Like I said, I end up turning down would have been my biggest contract ever. Like it would have been like close to like $8,000 for a couple videos, and I'm like, man. But at the end of the day, it just the things they were wanting, like because they all start off with, we want you to be natural and be you, but also
we need you to fit this box. We need
And
you to
it's
fit this
like-
box that we made.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't want to be in
And
that
they're like,
box.
we want a original recipe. So I'm like, I'm gonna do. I don't want to say the brand and nothing like that. I don't want to throw nobody out. But I
Right.
was doing the stuffed pepper recipe. So like, you ever seen like people in New Orleans do a stuffed pepper, right? They putting meat in there, they putting sausage, they putting shrimp, they putting some stuff in it. So like, send them a recipe and they cut it back, and then we don't like this and this, and then by the fourth time, like I literally applied to them. I was like, look, I got to protect my image here, like, cause y'all trying to make this something that's not that, or like just send me what you want me to make. I don't know, and we kind of parted ways, but yeah, it's a different dynamic. And then some of them, they want you to sign up through these like creator programs, and like I don't do any of that. I'm like, look, if we can't talk a deal out right now, like I'm not going to sign up, because now it's like you think I'm fishing for this, like, because I don't reach out a whole lot. Every now and then, like when I get excited, like I'll throw some fishing out there or something like that, but I ain't hitting every brand trying to make, because again, so the content brings in revenue, it does, but my main objective was always to build the brand up, right? So it's kind of, I gotta always look at it through that lens. Like I'm not just out there trying to take whatever money to just put money in the bank.
But I think that's great because, like you said, it's working.
Yeah.
They're obviously reaching out to you, so they're kind of recognizing what you've got going on instead of you going to them and saying, "Oh, hey, we need you." You're kind of letting it organically. And it's gonna keep building.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how you want it to be at the end of the day.
I believe so too.
Because like, whenever you're reaching out to other people and all, it almost seems like not like you're like begging or anything, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it would feel a lot better if a brand reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I want to work with you," rather than me oh, can I get you work? Can I get you
And
work?
look, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? Like some of these big timers, right? They got brand managers. That's all that they do, right? Because look, when you get to like 1 million plus on Instagram and all that, like them guys are making change. Them guys is doing brand deals for $10,000 for one video.
Yeah.
With some of these big brands, like it's some
Well,
big stakes. Now I think the whole field is kind of, because it's gotten a lot more crowded in the last few years. So like you're starting to see that trend, or at least I see it kind of go down some. But
Well, let me ask you this: in the next, I mean, I don't know what your future plans are, how much you want to give away to talk about, but over the next 5 years, do you kind of have a plan to try to transition to this fully, or you kind of never really thought about that yet, or you just kind of letting it organically?
no, so I mean, like I said to begin, like I started this to build a empire of something,
Yeah.
right? Like now, with that, there's a caveat because it's kind of a catch-22 because like that social media side can be profitable, can be very profitable, and I know a lot of guys that only do this. Like I can't bring myself to quit a good job
Right.
to make TikToks, right? I say that kind of loosely, but like I can't. Whereas if I have a brand, I have a business, something that's functioning, something that could, at the end of the day, like y'all in business, like if this can't run without me, it's not a real business, right? If I'm making videos, that's income dependent upon me making that video. Somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
it's not a business that's gonna kind of grow on itself. Now on the other side of that, like I said, them guys are making a lot of money. But to me, I couldn't, and that's probably what's holding me back is, you know what I'm saying, is if I would
feel like
dive
jumping
all the
down,
way in,
yeah.
like I could probably be a lot further and be where I need to be, but,
Oh,
it's
hey.
a hard step.
Well, it is.
I
Look.
was gonna ask you, like, if you didn't, like, you ever try working something out with one of these sponsors, like this one that wanted to offer you this big contract, the $8,000 one. You ever like would have got with them and been like, hey, look, let's work out like a longer term deal and let's make something where it's like feasible for where I know I have this income coming, so I can still build this brand while I'm still doing this thing, and I can still provide for y'all.
Those big ones normally hit because they want to run a certain campaign. They want to run, a Christmas or something that they're launching. And I try to, like, when I pitch, I'm pitching for long term. I'm pitching for, let's do something on a monthly basis. I'm pitching on, when they contact you, they normally looking for one campaign, maybe a series of videos, something like that. But yeah, I try to structure everything in a long-term deal.
Yeah.
Because especially with something like, you know what I'm saying, the pits and spits, the grill, like that's an expensive piece of equipment. Like somebody, if you're going to see return on that, you need constant exposure to that. That's not something you're going to see one video and be like, I'm going to go buy this thing, right? Like you're going to need to see it a few times.
Working and
Yeah.
actually make it into meat or something, huh? What would be like your I would say your hardest struggles as far as to getting to where you at now?
It's algorithm, man. God. Algorithm, look, I've had, I guess, I could go into that too, but I had some rough times just in the packaged food business too. So like, I went, my fulfillment center, it was hooked up to another building, had another business, was a distributor. And I didn't think I was ready to be in stores yet. I was just getting this stuff. And anyway, I got in with a distributor. He sold me on getting me into these Rouses, and I really didn't have much to do with the scenario. He got like 3 of the products like that don't make any kind of sense, like that it's hard to market. He got them in there some kind of way. He got a bunch of product for me, and then this guy like folds up, right? So $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 almost like out the drain, right, when I'm starting off, right? I've had another, big run-ins with inventory. Like just last year, I had to throw away about $10,000 worth of inventory. So like, when you buy these items, you get different tiers of products, right? And at the time, I was just starting to get into the stores. I was running the Facebook ads online, so like those sales were like taking off. They were doing good. So like I bought this really high tier of product, and then like a bunch of that kind of slowed down, leveled off, and then I got on the back end with too much stock that, when you're messing with food food's got.
See, that's a good point.
On
I think that's what people don't realize. It's a good. You got to have that balancing act in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, even like on the social media side, I noticed you got like a couple 100,000 on Facebook, a couple 100,000 on Instagram, a couple 100,000 on TikTok, and then YouTube.
About 15,000.
So
YouTube's the slowest.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't make content for YouTube, and I don't nourish it like I should. It's on tap, like, because YouTube will pay you the most directly for views, right? Like it's the highest paying platform. I just never. It's an avenue like I never put a lot of focused attention on, and because a lot of my stuff is short form. You know, I film vertical. I don't film in a 16:9. Like that's and I don't dig deep into the SEO and I just don't nurture that channel enough. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
Well, even having 15,000, like we was talking earlier, that's still even a good bit for. I mean, not even nurturing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We trying to grow our YouTube right now, and we trying to hit that 1,000 mark. But I mean, all of our other channels, they're just blowing up. You know, I think we almost had 10,000 on a few of them, or at least I like.
And I know some guys that's got really good results with the shorts on YouTube. Ralph, you know, we started doing that, he got to 1 million pretty quick, right? And now the payout for the shorts isn't, you know, it's not as good as the long form content. So I guess it depends what avenue you're looking to go with kind of being the brand first. And what I've always, again, the way I was looking at it is I was trying to gain more popularity than getting payout from the platforms, right? Because I want the brand recognition. And that was kind of the mentality of it.
I think
now,
that's
with that, I mean, you're still leaving money on the table, and that's money
No
to
doubt.
capture.
But it's still it's important to get the brand, because like the brand at the end of the day is the biggest thing. That's what sells you.
But I think that's gonna work more in your favor in the long term game, because again, like we said, I still, the algorithm thing is crazy, because you would think like, oh hey, you got X amount of followers on this one platform, why wouldn't you have almost the same? Or, you know, these people not following one and following the other? But it's weird. It doesn't happen like that. Like sometimes some people don't mess with all the platforms you're dealing with. Well, they just pick a certain few that they like, and then that's what you get. You know?
And then like a lot of people too, like we got 8 billion people in the world. Well, supposedly like 2 billion of them on YouTube, or 1 billion people watch YouTube. I don't know, some crazy fact like that. And then out of all of them, it's only like 2 million people. 2 million of the people actually make content. So it's like the game is wide open, but it's like, why? Like Austin was saying, why would they follow us on some places and not other places? But I just think it's like, are these people even on YouTube or have a YouTube channel to subscribe to somebody?
Because I mean, even like when I'm watching, right? If I follow you here, like I might not necessarily go find you on another platform, right? It might take me coming across, which if I hadn't come across you, like the algorithm might not know to feed that to me, right? So I mean, you know, I've had plenty of people that I even talked to a lot, and then come to find like I wasn't following them on certain one platform or another, right? So I just think it's, you don't get fed that. And really, like, I'm starting to see like the actual follow is a lot harder to get, because the way they set the algorithms up, it don't matter who you following. Like, that thing's going to figure out what you like to see, and it's going to feed it to you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, I could see, you know, I've seen, you know, I don't know if I followed y'all until you reached out, but I've seen stuff already, you know, and I've seen, okay, watched it or whatever, and, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, and
you don't always think about going hit the follow, right? And I think that's what a lot of people know too, is that actual follow is getting harder to get.
But like you said, when the videos come across, I never really paid attention to the name, but I've seen your videos.
Right.
So when he showed, because the other day I said, man, show me who we talking about. And he showed me, and I was like, oh, well, I know him, but I didn't know that was who. I didn't,
See,
you know.
and I think
that is crazy.
Well, it's actually a very interesting concept, because I think just with different generations and just different habits and the way that people even utilize their technology that they have at their homes is different for everybody. So like for me, for example, I'll be honest with you, I don't follow nobody back on anything. Like on none of my stuff. I watch creators, and like I have these people that I like, so it always pops up on my For You for whatever it is. But like I never go in, like if you go look at my personal TikTok page, I don't even think I follow Austin back. Like, and we send messages to each other all the time. And I don't even think I follow Duncan back, and we send messages to each other all the time. I'm not a follower. Like I I'm not
You don't
going
hit
there.
that button,
I don't
right?
hit. Yeah, I just
And
don't.
look,
I just
like,
don't.
Guys got a naturally weird dynamic too. Like, cause how often you commenting on something, right? Like,
So
No, hold on. I'm
yeah,
saying this dude is like a keyboard warrior. He'll comment.
No,
Really?
not
Right.
on certain things. Not on Facebook, not on Instagram, not on TikTok, not on none of that. Now you come onto my Twitter,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
we in war.
yeah, well,
We in war.
So, like-
we in a war zone.
This dude be
Don't-
wanting to fight people on Twitter.
Oh no, I don't want to fight people. I just call out. I'm just real. I'm that's the most real raw. If you really want to get into Nick's mind and see what the real raw, go look up Nick Xbox 360 Beast. And
Bro, tell me you made that name when you were 12.
12 years old, boy. I was running COD. I was 200 in the world, search and destroy. Look up those BG facts. Yeah, man. Hey, I was deep in the shits. But and then Halo 3, I wasn't ranked or nothing on that, but I was definitely playing some BG back in the day and playing some competitions. But no, dude, my Twitter is, you go on there, I'm talking about, dude, they had somebody come on our stuff.
And that's more to the point of like the different platforms, right? People go to different platforms for different things, right? Instagram, you're gonna want to be a little more polished, right? That TikTok I find is a lot raw, like a lot more raw. Just
see,
naturally
Instagram, I
people-
follow people on. That's that's one of them, the ones that I do actually. I'll go and I'll follow some people on the Instagram, but like Facebook, if I don't know you personally, I'm not following you or accepting you.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what's crazy? Now that you threw your Xbox name out, there's gonna be some kid that fucking hates you because you kept like fucking up his game, and he's gonna like contact us to be on the podcast. Yeah, you remember when you fucking played that game and you?
no, or I might get some of those people that are like, cause like I used to be big into it, and like I would play with kids all over around the world, and so like
Talking
I know one.
shit.
Oh yeah, dude, talking mad shit. I'm talking about. Oh, dude.
So crazy.
And then like back in the day, you know, my voice, it was definitely like a young before puberty or whatever. And they like, yeah, well, you sound like your balls didn't drop. Yeah, bitch, my balls dropped out of your mom's mouth last night. He's just like, oh yeah, dude.
Straight talking shit.
Straight talking shit, dude. Didn't care. Dude, but that was a different time though. But like back in those Modern Warfare 2 and Halo days, dude, those lobbies, these kids these days, the Gen Z, they wouldn't last 5 minutes in one of those lobbies.
Raw fun.
Oh, what?
Well, you know now the new style thing, like they're monitoring like if
Oh yeah, if you talking,
if you talk mad shit like that, like you'll get reported, and they'll
Yeah,
ban
they-
your shit.
they report
Well,
you,
actually, they're turning it over to like authorities now. Oh yeah, like you didn't see that thing not that long ago.
See, dude, that's so.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
have it's an AI platform now
No.
that listens to the recordings. So like when these people are talking shit and all this stuff,
These
like, 'cause
kids
they're
are
cracking
so
down on the-
fucking soft, dude. That is retarded. Like, this is ridiculous. Dude, whenever we was playing Modern Warfare 2, I was getting told I was the dumbest, stupidest mother effer, that I was, you know, my mom was an ugly, fat whore, whatever dude, come on, man. We playing Xbox. I guess we talking shit. What? Shut up, man. That.
That's what I'm saying. I just saw a thing like it's
Man,
like an AI deal that'll like they'll like warn you a couple times and then they'll like
Yeah,
just
I mean, that's weird too, right? Because on one side of it, like you want that experience, right, or whatever, but then on the other side, they got crazy ass people doing some weird shit.
and that's
with
why I
these-
think that's the biggest
with
thing
these
is like the child
platforms.
predator type thing.
You
So
see
they're
the
trying to
stuff
catch
with,
all
like,
these.
Roblox and
Okay,
all
okay,
that.
okay, yeah,
How-
that's yeah, okay. We talking about different zones.
Well, no,
right
but that's
here.
what I'm saying. That's why they developed that. But they're also taking the violence part out of it because.
Well, just
of-
like this is where I go back to it. At the end of the day, like guys being men, guys, whatever, we like that. We like winning. Whenever we play in a video game,
Yeah, no doubt.
that stimulates something in our brain, or whether it's a video game, whether it's a sport, whether it's a competition. Whenever you win, you pumped up.
You
You
get
get
that
that
drive.
You get
You
that
get
drive.
that-
Yeah,
yeah.
it pumps you. And so, dude, whenever you in that zone and you in that environment, you think them fucking MLB players or the NBA stars, they ain't talking shit to each other on them fields and them
Oh,
courts,
always.
and you stupid
All the time.
motherfucker.
You can
know
see
what?
'em,
Like, set that pick on me again. See, look at the hockey players beating the shit out of each other. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like, let the kids be kids, man, and let them play. Like shit, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
But there's a big difference between talking shit in person and talking it online.
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
But you know
That's
what's
something
crazy?
a lot of them don't
He says
learn
he used
either.
to play. He probably going home tonight. He's like, "Yeah, fuck you, kid."
Oh no.
He's still playing that. That's why he threw the gamer tag. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
He's still playing.
So
Holla at me.
I actually told this story again. I'm gonna tell it real quick. I'm gonna make it fast. But I was playing Fortnite not that long ago. This was probably like 3 or 4 months ago, and I got in this lobby with these kids, and they were all like probably in the range of like 15, 16, 17, and they were like, "What's Lone Wolf LLC?" I was like, "Oh, that's my company." They're like, "Oh, your old ass was playing Fortnite with a bunch of kids." And I was just like, "Yeah, I am." And I was like, "And I'm carrying y'all right now, so why the fuck you complaining?" And I'm like literally starting to talk shit against these kids. And I told the kid, I'm like, "Well, I was like, if y'all want to learn anything about business or check out our podcast, here, this is it." Well, one of the kids, boom, 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 looks it up. He's like, "Bro, y'all have like 300 views on y'all last long form or whatever." He's like, "I ain't following y'all shitty ass podcast." I was like, "Fuck you, bro." I was like, "You suck at this fucking game." I was like, "I got 16 kills and you got 4 and like 8 deaths." I was like, "What are you even doing?" I was like, "Get the fuck out of my lobby." I was like, "Fuck."
It's like you own the lobby.
Yeah, I was like, what are we talking about? Like, god damn.
Oh man.
I was just, but it's funny though. That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's funny, man. We getting to wrap up time. I know where we at, Brand, right now, like 1:40. Yep, knew it. Is there anything that you want to touch base on and talk about that we didn't really get to cover that you want to cover that you have that we kind of, I know we kind of go every all
Yeah,
over the
we've
place.
been all over with this
yeah.
one. I mean, not really. I mean, we hit some good stuff. It's
Anything about your brands that you want to put out there too that some people might not know that you want them to look forward to, or?
Yeah, Boudreaux's Backyard across everything. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on website. Everything's Boudreaux's Backyard. If you just look it up. Well, like I said, we're working on the book. Got some good products out there. So if you need any recipes on anything cooking, reach out.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Definitely.
I got hella problems. Don't need no shovel, handle